Hey guys, and welcome to another video, and welcome to episode 4 of my F1 2017 career mode. So today we're going to race in Russia, which is one of my favorite races on the calendar, to be honest. For this race I decided not to increase the difficulty because I decided to leave it for a few more episodes, but yeah, we're gonna hope we're gonna have a good race because I think I'm pretty good at this track. I was pretty good in 2016, and I hope I'm as good in 2017. So, without further ado, let's begin this episode. I think we have something from Chris to say.
The car's performance is looking strong compared to our rivals at the moment. Check it out, and we'll review it in more detail later.
So, you saw there, Chris seemed a bit enthusiastic there, and no wonder. We're actually getting really close to McLaren Honda. As you can see, they haven't even made any upgrades, not even a little improvement. They're still as bad as they were in the start of the season, so it's looking pretty good. We have a long way to our next car after Haas. I mean after McLaren Honda, which is Haas. But yeah, in the near future we'll definitely try to go for them. For practice I decided to change to my old components, which were not too bad except for the turbocharger, which still didn't seem too bad. The wear wasn't too bad, but it seemed like the races we didn't have much laps left in it. Then I went to change for the gearbox. Obviously, we're gonna have a penalty if we change it, so I decided not to. So let's go to the first practice session.
Here we are at the fascinating Sochi Autodrome in Russia for what is expected to be a compelling race weekend. Well, it all begins today with practice. I'm here with Anthony Davidson once again. Nice to see you, Ant, and I wanted to ask you about how you go about improving the car over the course of a practice session. How much would you say is already known from the pre-race simulations? And how much do you have to do, how much do you have to work on with a real car on a real circuit?
Well, that's a good question, Crofty, and I suppose the simple answer is that there's no such thing as too much information. As you say, the bigger teams have very complex simulations, vast numbers of clever people crunching the numbers back at base, but what they can't tell you is stuff like how the track condition's going to be, or what the temperature's going to be doing over the course of the day, and how all of that's going to be interacting with the tyre. There are so many millions of tiny variables involved in getting these cars around a racetrack quickly, but the computer can't tailor the car to a driver's specific balance requirements. At some point, you still need to put a human being in there and have them feel it through the seat of their pants. And that's why we end up with different drivers having different setups. So what I'm trying to say is, Crofty, nothing beats on-track testing.
So yeah guys, as always we started the practice session off with the track acclimatization. Got full purple actually in it, so everything seemed to be pretty nice. It's the first time I ever got full purple on F1 2016. Next is the tire wear challenge. This is the best I could do actually, because I didn't have any power in the car. I could have made purple, but I didn't have any power. And then as you can see guys, most of it is orange now, so I decided to change all the components which are orange, and I left all the others which are yellow like they are. I changed them in the middle of the first practice session, so we had to skip that one, and we went into the second practice session to continue our other tests. And
An interesting practice session there then.
as you can
Let's
see,
remind
these are
ourselves
the
of top
results.
three, who are
We're at the
Vettel,
bottom,
Raikkonen and
obviously,
Valtteri
because we
Bottas.
had pretty bad engine. We have it pretty worn out. You know, getting some more resource points, getting closer to the next upgrade, which is 1,000 resource points. And yeah, let's hope for more upgrades in the future. As you can see there, we got green in the fuel one, and in the strategy, no, just the qualifying session, we got green. That's the most I could do, unfortunately. And in the strategy test, we got full purple, and I stopped early just to save the engine as always. Yeah, and then I changed the yellow components to the fresh new ones, so that we will have a good qualifying session, of course. And I actually was getting scared that I would forget, but actually didn't. So pretty good to see. As you can see, everyone using the ultra softs, so pretty surprising. In practice too, everyone's starting to use the ultra softs. Even I did for the qualifying session. So P17, pretty decent, but the bottom two are on the super softs. So if I have to make what I want in this qualifying session, I would probably want, you know, P15 or higher. That's what I want, basically. That would be really good for me. And if you didn't notice, guys, I actually changed the sessions in qualifying to be full sessions, just to make it more interesting.
Hi, how are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
Our agent once again telling us our qualifying goals, and I think I actually upgraded the car now. As we go to the R&D tree, we should have upgraded the car. Yes, we upgraded the chassis, 1,000 resource points, and that should be ready for the Monaco Grand Prix. So Monaco is a very downforce track, and it seemed like that when it's really corners only and tight corners. We actually haven't upgraded the engine not even once, so we'll maybe upgrade the engine in the future.
The cars get ready to embark on their qualifying runs. With the weather as it is today, Anthony Davidson, we have, to some extent, to throw the form book out of the window. Who do you see having the advantage on this slippery, unpredictable track surface?
Traditionally, these are very Adrian Newey conditions. The Red Bull's habit of creating incredible downforce coupled with the high rake they like to run is perfect for the wet, and it's helped them close the power gap a number of times over recent years. I think Force India as well, always a bit of a dark horse in changeable conditions, and of course the McLarens have a fairly good chassis. Having said that, I don't want to make a firm prediction. More than performance, the deciding factor is going to be the timing. The level of wetness out on the track is going to constantly rise and fall, and anyone who can find that perfect window when it's at its driest will have a big advantage out there.
So, qualifying, full wet. Look at the conditions. It's the first time we've ever had a rainy session in this career mode. So that's our banker lap, P5 we are right now. But then as we continue in the second lap, we are 5/10 up on our lap, and as we end the lap, we're going to be 6/10 up. As we improve now, we improve to 6th position over Magnussen. Look at this, we are P7 at the moment, almost double, almost half the position of our teammate. And as the session continues, I thought, well, this should be an easy progression to the next session. And as you can see, P13, as we keep going down now, P14, and I thought, surely we went to the next session. Well, literally last, just in front of our teammate. I don't even know what happened. I was stunned. How the heck did we get last after being in Q2, really? So yeah, I hope they fix it. This happened every single race by now, and it's getting a bit frustrating now. We're winning the rivalry once again. The reputation is looking good, and this is our agent telling us our session goals, you know, like usual, you know, not so high. P19, as you can see right there, beating our teammate as always, which he is our rival right now, and if we win the rivalry, we will have a new rival. So let's go to the race now, which let's hope is going to be dry.
It was a circuit that I think in its inaugural race got off to a bit of a shaky start, but since then it's really drawn the fans in and become a very popular event. What do you think changed?
Well, this just goes to show the importance of fixing problems as and when you discover them. As a complete unknown quantity in 2014, the tyre choice was quite conservative, which didn't really allow much in terms of different strategy options. So it was pretty much as you were from lights to flag. But that was a great learning experience, and we came back the next year and had a really exciting Grand Prix, with battles for the podium going on all the way to the final lap. So hopefully we'll be treated to more of the same this year.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, and Massa, Verstappen, Magnussen, Ocon, and Lance Stroll, Sainz, Palmer, Sergio Perez, and Hulkenberg, Kvyat, Grosjean, Fernando Alonso, and Stoffel van Dorn. As Sauber and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So yeah guys, that was the race introduction. As you saw from the qualifying results, the people who went out of Q3, no Q1, actually were a mile away from the others, so it must have been that the rain has stopped. But it stopped now, and the race is going to start. It's 5 lights, and the lights out, and away we go. Very quick start. It's a pretty average start, the same as our teammate now. And as we are going 3 wide now.
We're seeing minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making
Pascal Wehrlein, what are you doing? Swiping us. Literally. We have lost a piece of our front wing. This could be race breaking. But anyway, as we continue in the lap now, we are hunting our teammate. I was actually really pissed when he did that. As you can see, really pushing him off the circuit, trying to, but then we actually get the move done pretty easily. In front of us we have Roman Grosjean, who's on super soft. He must be on a different strategy, and before the race, if you saw guys, we actually went for the same strategy as most people, but 2 laps later. See from data, our front wing is orange really. And
knock the front wing. The damage only looks minor, but you'll need to take it easy to avoid making the problem worse. Our data shows the tyres are okay right now. We anticipate good levels of grip for the next few laps at least. There's less tyre deg than we feared. They should last a while. The brakes and tyres are starting to overheat. You need to ease off in the corners.
so Jeff says it's not too bad, but it's actually pretty bad. I was actually feeling it. I was definitely feeling the understeer of the car. Well, obviously the Sauber is very understeery, but I was feeling it more when I chipped off my front wing. So thanks for that, Pascal. As we go into lap 2 now. He's trying to pass us. We're not gonna even give him any room, and we keep our position for now. Yellow flags now as we go even more in lap 2. I think that's our teammate. Let's see from the... Yes, it's our team. Look how slow he was going, and he actually pulls out of the Grand Prix. So that was karma, I should say. As we are now battling with Fernando Alonso. He's still keeping up with us, even though with that McLaren Honda engine. We are on the inside, so we have the position. He has now the inside, but he gets a horrible run after that corner. I don't know what he has. But as we skip now, even more in the race, Alonso has a puncher out of nowhere, and now we're battling with Vandoorne, his teammate. And even though Alonso is still in the race, he's lost a lot of time. By the way, guys, we're still with our broken front wing, so we're actually holding up pretty well. We are definitely in front of our objective, battling with Alonso's teammate now. Skipping to lap 6 now, everyone's making their stops up to P13. Cut a bit the corner there, but he was pushing us wide, so we had to. As you can see, guys, we're playing with the fuel mix, because we were actually under fueling the car. Massa, as you can see, who just pitted, passes us pretty easily, but we don't need to see him anymore. We're just maybe fighting for our objective, really. As we now skip to lap 7, we are going to make our stop now. Pretty long pit stop here in Russia, and pretty slow one actually as well. So even though we made our stop, even though we made our fuel mix on lean, I was still losing fuel. I thought that was really weird. As we go into pit box now, we chose to change our front wing. We really were going slowly without it, and we really didn't have anything to lose. We just had one position to lose, which is Vandoorne, which really we're not gonna have a huge difference from him. He just passed us here on the straight, and we should not be a long time till we get him. If he has good pace, he will definitely keep the gap open. But now look at this, guys. Yellow flags. Last lap of the race. That is Lance Stroll, who has parked outside the track. Oh my goodness. He's very unlucky in this career mode, guys. It's the second time, I think, he retired in a race. I think it's the second time he retired on the last lap. I think he retired on the last lap in another Grand Prix. Anyway, Lewis Hamilton wins the race. We didn't manage to catch Vandoorne, which is a big pity. But yeah, nothing really happened from the pit stop to the last stop, to the last lap. So we're just making our way now to the last Grand Prix. This was really a bad Grand Prix. Well, to be honest, it's probably ruined because of our teammate when he swiped us. We were going 3 wide, but I have no idea why he swiped me. He probably thought I was going to the wall. He probably saw me, I'll probably say. But yeah, he's a real rivalry to us now, and it's a pretty poor race.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Kimi Raikkonen, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Look at where Romain Grosjean finished compared to where he started. That's a really strong performance, so driver of the day has to go to him, I think.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
So yeah guys, Kimi Raikkonen is leading the championship just in front of Bottas, and then I think it's Vettel, and then it's Hamilton. So the Ferrari are leading the Constructors' Championship, which is surprising, even though most of the places were made by the Mercedes team. Anyway, we get more resource points for us. We gain on the rivalry. I think by the next race we're gonna win it, definitely. The reputation is going up as well. And look at this, guys. We have a classic challenge, and we decided to go for checkpoint challenge with the McLaren team. So as I always do, guys, I am going to stop talking now so you can enjoy the game sounds. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you're new to my channel, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye guys.